right, I guess not. I was asking if you could hear me all right. There we go. Should be doing okay there. How we doing, folks? Welcome to the DykASSt Builders Broadcast. I got a little bit in store for you tonight. First and foremost, you know what we're doing? We're going to put together a 3D printer that I bought. Here we go. Look, Bambu Labs A1 combo. That's right. Here, there's one thing I forgot. I'll be right back. Stand by. Of course I forgot it. Right? Okay. This here, something I've been waiting to get for a while. Though not necessarily this model. Didn't quite know what I was going to get. But it's here to replace this bad boy here. The Monoprice 3D printer. A little turnkey type deal. It was like 150 bucks or something. But as you can see, belts are snapping on it. It just wasn't printing the way I needed it to. So, hey, had to put this thing to pasture and wait to get something new. So yeah, that's what I was working with. Tiny little footprint. Really wasn't much you could make out of it. Let's see if we can get a better view for you. Boom. Get a little idea here what it's looking like. See, look, it's all just falling apart on me. Nice thing about this was you could modify a lot of things on it. Make the take the heat bed wiring, move it through this guy right here so it would move back and forth, because originally it ran through the unit and it was a point of weakness, it would break and the like. So anyway, and then also this top part right here moves the wire in and through, the filament rather. That thing went to pot. Had to get this gold one, put that on, and for whatever reason it's just not pushing the filament down or to make the layers adhere to each other. So I'm running into some issues. As I said, let's see if I can show you an example here. See, I had it in my mind to show you that. I forgot to grab it. This right here, this is the piece, that last piece I printed on that. I don't know if you can tell, but the layers are just trash. Let's see, get this in here. It just crumbles apart. They just weren't putting down. I feel like I could break this in my hands here. So this is the kind of thing that I wanted to avoid, just that grossness there. That's supposed to be nice and pretty. Laid it down okay right in through here for that particular unit, but the kind of things we want to avoid. So let's get started, shall we? Zoom in here for you. Get things going. All right. Let's see what we got for you here tonight. I'm getting right into it, folks. Been putting this off for, I don't know, about a week and a half, so just been chomping at the bit to get this thing going. Get the stream, the camera set up, the sound on point. Hopefully it is. Let me know in the chat. No sound? Oh, MF. Is that Chris Davis, baby? How you doing, pal? Looks like I need to sharpen my knife here. All right, what we got here? Oh, they want me to keep the box, apparently. Case of a return. That makes sense. All right, yeah. So we got a little bit bigger than I was anticipating. You got any clearance? Running out of space, folks. As much as I have. Can only test so much stuff. taped everything down, didn't they? Feels like the bed there. Put that aside. I'm gonna have to drop this off the table, methinks, for a moment. Let's go back to where we had it. Camera 1 here. We got the combo. Stand by. Oh boy. All right, what do we got here for you folks? Ooh, we got some premium foam here. You know what styrofoam sounds like? That's different. This is almost like it's got some rubber impregnated in it. That's nice. I know you don't care about the styrofoam, but it's pretty cool, I think. All right, here we go. This would be our filament station, so we can do multiple colors. All right. We got there. Got some zip ties we're gonna have to mess with. So I'll get my dikes out, so to speak. I reckon that goes there. But let's not get a little hasty. Let's just move stuff around here. I think that's it. All the pieces. Nice. You set that up. You set that up nice. A lot of thought went into the packaging, that's for sure. All right, let's set this aside for a moment. Get this old piece of junk out of here. Where's a good place for this? For now. All right. Let's dive into the instructions. Maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves, right? The knife is sharp. I just couldn't get a good angle on it. All right. Let's see what we got. What you doing, folks? I know it's late, but you know what? If I didn't do it now, I wasn't going to. All right. I got other things coming up here. We got some decals. You know what I'm saying? Very nice. Gotta have them decals. Don't get it on the adhesive. All right. Quick start. All right, we'll need that. Get this out of the way here. And we'll put that aside for a moment too. We'll get into the reason we're here, the body of the thing. All right. Some hoses. They glued this down. All right. Boy, look at that. They glued it in there. Didn't want that coming loose. Letting the ads play. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Support the channel. Not everybody can go buy a 3D printer through an affiliate link, right? Well, that would support the channel as well. Get a little cap here. All right. All right. Some more trash. All right. I keep saying all right. Forgive me for that. A little nervous tonight. I haven't been doing anything like this in a while. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can clear the camera here. All right, we got our gantry. Some filament. A little extra filament. Never hurt anybody. And some more premium foam here. I gotta take this one off stage. Make sure I get it out without harming anything. The studio's filling up quick, folks. Gigantic box will do that for you. Come on now. Fight me. Want to get a leg up on the situation, but I don't have the balance. There's a little decal in here that's supposed to pull the bag, so that's what we're doing right now. There it is. There she be. All right, let's get this out of the way. Over the top. We'll clean up our area. Let's get the base out. We can put the gantry. Oh, nice. Okay. Here we go, folks. There's our base. A little upside down, but ooh, some silica. Put that in our Gatorade powder. Keep it dry. I'll get some accessories here, it says. Pull these out. Oh, you need a power cable, right? You got this. Not quite sure what that does, but we'll find out. Alright, let's move some of that premium foam out. There we go. More stuff. See, that styrofoam didn't even tear. It's got the rubber in it. All right. Okay. Very good. Keep her in focus. Over the top. Nice. It did not go anywhere near the box, but you can think it did if you want. All right, let's turn to the dikes. Let's see if we got any in here. Oh yeah, it's in my toolbox here. Oh, very nice. Okay, getting ahead of ourselves. Where's our instructions? I layered them in there somewhere. All right, please review the entire guide before operating the printer. Safety notice. And do not connect power until the assembly is complete. Okay, here we go. Starting off with our accessories. Yeah. All right, some tools. Did we find the tools? There we go. The toolbox. Bag, rather. All right, we got our tools. Need that. For now, anyway. Use that with my Gatorade later. Keep it from clumping. All right, hoses, filament. Okay, yeah, bunch of stuff in there. All right, remove the 4 Z-axis limiter mounting screws and attach the 2 Z-axis limiters. And then remove all the packing foam, cardboard, wrap, and zip ties from the base. All right, let's get after it, step by step. By the numbers, as we used to say in the Marine Corps. I'm sure they still do. Okay. Well, we hit my Bam Bam now. Padded up bat. All right, let's see if we got the 3 cam situation. Ooh. Oh, she's a little out of time. Let me see if I can fix that. We want real time now, don't we? Stand by a moment. I swear, folks, some of this stuff I set up, get it going seamless, and then what happens? Restart the software and it resets itself. All right, is it looking good? Real time. More real time. Turn the brightness down, see the batteries. Okay, here we go. With our, need a little brightness, bud. See what you're doing. What we got? Got a few different zip ties. And dull dikes, apparently. You don't want dull dikes in your life. There's the other one. Do not grab or press on the Z-axis. Good to know. Despite me seemingly absently throwing it away. All right. And I think we got one more right over here. The dikes might not be sharp enough to get in with this kind of detail here. Naturally. Slipped right off. Did you see that in real time? Jeez. It's like, why'd they even put that on there? Okay, well, it's protecting something. Did we get everything? I think we did. Well, there's a little cover on the camera there. This comes with a camera, believe it or not. All right, let's set this aside for a moment. The old UNBOX here. If I was doing this by myself, I would probably try to save these. But I'm not going to take the time to do that. Bore you completely. All right. This isn't a good foam, but it's like mid-tier foam. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Mid-tier foam. It's got like 2% rubber in it instead of 50. Over the top. Oh, that one almost went in. Almost. Nope. Well, almost with two of them, right? Oh, sorry that I have to blew you out with the throwing stuff around. Trash. All right, we got any more? Looks like it. All right. What's next here? Install the build plate with the correct orientation, aligning the edge with the heat bed. All right. I'll have to take my word with it. That's what it says. I'm not going to play with the focus on the overhead camera here. Or the zoom, rather. Oh, what do we got? It's like Christmas, even though we know what it is. That's kind of weird. I'm smelling it, but it's got an interesting scent. All right. Oh, where does this line up? Let's follow the instructions here. Wow, okay. And there we go. Ooh, it's magnetic, folks. That's pretty slick. Ooh, so satisfying, that snap. All right, that's in there. Now we take the printer frame and put the frame on the table as shown above. Okay. This looks like we gotta come in at an angle. So you'll have to take my word for it if it didn't focus. When I get too into the weeds with that stuff. I don't reckon I'll be making a video out of this later, so. Okay. She doesn't show any wires on here. So does this come off? All right, you're missing what I'm doing here. Well, let's do that part right. As per the instructions, this part's not here, so let's see if this is taped down. Seems to be. Ooh, some premium tape right there. What do we got? It's like a fabric tape. Right. We'll save that for later, if needed. Get it lined up. Okay, just looking at our instructions. Carefully. Oh, dude. Come over the top with that. Sylvester Stallone style. like a glove, as they say in the trades. Okay. Tilt the base housing about 45 degrees to pass through the printer frame. Use the screen as an indicator for the orientation. Align the slot with the printer frame as shown in the diagram. Done, done. Slowly lower the base till flush with the printer on the table. All right. What do we got here? Pull the heat bed fully to the front. The screen is located. Open the y-axis cover and pull out the y-axis cover gently. All right. Let's see if we can't. We'll figure that out. She's moving on me. Let's open it a little bit. Yeah, it's just a little tight. Stand by. Yeah, I got something to help that. Won't cause any damage, hopefully. Oh, this is some premium rubber here. It's not doing its job. Boy. A bit of a trick on this one. Doesn't give you any pointers. Let's see what else I got. Something that's a little more rigid. Oh, boom. I got a painter's spatula, pry tool if you like. And don't give you any pointers. Nothing there. I just don't like doing that. Maybe we get hung up on this part. Is there something holding it in there? No. It's just a pain. It's got a little notch back here. I don't know, maybe. There it is. It says slide. Look at that. It says slide it out. It doesn't say anything about popping it up. That's no good. Poor instructions. All right. There we go. All right, now that that's over with, jeez, what do we got? Install 10 ST3 23 screws for the base housing, and the holes highlighted in green, and push the heat bed. to the other end. All right. Might be simple enough. Let's see if we can get a little more. How's that, folks? Is that better? I still feel as though it's not doing it in real time for you. I tried. Oh, nice. We got somebody who's purchased a Bambu Lab A1 also. How do you like it so far? I'm sure you already got to putting it together. Thanks for joining in the stream. Did you have any issues putting the pulling the cover back? Now you know the trick. You got to pop it up if you haven't done it already. Bunch of stuff here. Just putting all the tools off to the side, folks. And get the wide angle lens up top. Oh, might be able to zoom back a little bit. There you go. How's that? Well, thanks for joining in, Katie, if you're still there. Let's see what else we got. Let's get into the screws if we can find them. Purge wiper. For top mount latch. No. AMS stand. Maybe. Stiffener. Oh, that's. This is for base housing. Got these little descriptions on here, so I would assume grease. All right, some in here too. So we got. There we go. For base housing. As we say in the Marine Corps, though I never got to stay there. I wasn't married, so, you know, that's how that goes. All right, stand by and get some scissors here. Just not tearing things apart too crazy. I thought I had all the tools ready to go, huh? Yeah, I would have too. All right. Some of them ready to go. Oh, no. They provided the tools. All right, perfect. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. More than we need for that. Oh, I missed a couple. More than that. It's 10. Boy, this thing's got a lot of, there's a lot of, what do you call it, torsion. You can feel it twisting as I'm screwing it down, thin as it is. through the ones I can't really see. I will say this lined up nicely. Normally I'm fighting to find the sweet spot for things like this, and this is basically grabbing them right where it needs to be. I think, yeah, there it is. Nice. All right. Was that 4 out of 10 so far? Let's go. It's getting hot in here, folks. I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna start sweating beads off my scalp here pretty soon. I'll address that once we get this figured out. We got one extra. Two extra maybe? All right, 2, 4, 6. Got everything? Just double check this stuff. Nice. All right. Here we go. Oh, that's why we got extras. That's right. You dummy. I'm ahead of myself. It's gonna be a lot of screws from the looks of it. Those little baggies they gave us. On to the next step. Maybe we're putting the cover back? Yes, we are. All right. See? All right. Put the cover back. What's the first print gonna be? Yeah, I don't know, man. I was thinking that over. I was thinking I might just try to redo this piece, but I gotta find the STL file for it and kind of dive in on that. Don't know that we'll get to that tonight, but I'll probably do a video on it. But I got some other stuff in store while we wait for the print bed to, what do you call it, rectify itself, because I think that takes about a half hour. There we go. Remember that important step if you get one of these. You can snap it down, all right? Learn that the hard way. All right, what's next? Put that back. Push the heat bed fully into the front end. The screen is located. Gently slide the y-axis cover into place. Make sure to line the clip. Done. Turn the A1 90 degrees onto its rear, laying it on the edge of the table. It's recommended to use cardboard for protection. And please make sure the printer is secure on the table while following this step. All right. Okay. Let's get that cardboard I threw out. Got one extra screw, it looks like. I feel like I missed something. Save that for later if I did. Let's read ahead a little bit so I know what's coming up. We got here line 2 clips on the base. Slide the cable box up until it clicks into place. Do not force it. Good advice for anything, right? And make sure, hence me trying to use this trash. Make sure the cable box is nice and flush in the slots, and then screw in the pre-installed screw highlighted in green. That's right, nice and flush, as we like to do. Okay, enough talking about it. I don't really show this in the picture, so I'm trying to figure out what we should do with that. Don't want to pinch anything unnecessarily, right? Oh, she's moving on me. Come on, girlfriend. There we go. This isn't the best view for you folks. Let me see if I can find something for you. Dial it in here for you. All right. That'll have to be good enough for now. What we got? So, can you see? Maybe not. There it is. All right. So we got these clips here, and they go in the corresponding areas. Make sure the indents go in the appropriate place. USB-C in there. Let me get down a little bit so make sure I see this thing. Because we want it to be nice and flush, right? But don't force it. Boy, it makes you feel like you have to. There it is. Now make sure you push that till it stops, and then you can push it forward. All right. I don't know if you heard me, but make sure you push this down all the way in so it'll seat, then you push it up. It probably said that in the instructions, but I didn't process it properly if it was in there. It said the pre-installed screws highlighted in green, but oh, on the instructions, not on the part in this case. Okay. Plug in the 3 harness according to color. Tuck the harnesses under the slots. I see 2. I think here's our 3rd. You see it? More fabric tape. Work this in nice and gingerly. If that's possible. All right. Pop that in the slot on this side. Alright, I think that's it for that. Fold out the touchscreen and make sure the touchscreen is in place, as in shown below. Alright, so we're done with that. Remember, the bed's gonna move on you. Keep that close, I suppose. It's about set up the way it needs to be. All right, let's get this situated a little bit more. All right, what's this step here? Push the tool head and mill the rail, leaving enough space for the plunge wiper installation. Is that what they mean? Okay. Oh, the gantry is a little higher on this than it is in the... All right, going over to our parts. Okay, I reckon it's this guy right here. Where does it go? My camera shut off? Oh, we need a new battery. All right, let's get that on. Stand by. Boom. I'm quicker than I thought it would. Okay, I reckon I have to turn this thing around since that's what shows in the instructions, but I still haven't quite seen where that thing needs to go. So. Okay, right here. You can see that. All right, what's next? Install a M312 screw for the purge wiper. There we go. I was gonna say this thing's on here a little loosey-goosey. I hope they got something for it. Welcome to the Builder Broadcast. If you're just joining us, I'm getting in on the Bambu A1 3D printer here. We've got some other stuff in store here later. We're getting the calibration on the table going. Purge wiper is installed. All right. Let's turn the brightness down. Consider the battery on our laptop. So it can't do double duty. All the accessories I got plugged in. Doesn't have enough wattage to keep it charged all the way. All right, now we're moving on to the stands. So let's get after that. Put this aside for a moment. Get the air conditioning going in here. It's a little bit hot. There we go. All right, folks, what's next? I hope you're comfortable. Jeez. Take this vest off. Help a little bit, not much. All right, so we're gonna take the zip ties off of this thing and then put the stand on it. I can get this out of the way. DykASSt did their job that time. Over the top. There we go. All right, now where's the stand? Where put the stand? Do you remember, chat? My Alzheimer's is kicking in. I don't think that's it. I'm missing the stand. There it is. Blending in with the work carpet. There we go. Make sure we get this right. Oh. Yeah, my memory has just been trash lately. As soon as I turned 41, everything started going to pot. Not that my memory was great before that, but recently it's just making dumb mistakes all the time. All right, here we go. Put the AMS light body on the stand, cable, upward end. Okay, do that. Secure the AMS light with the 4 BT3 8 screws for the AMS stand. There we go. Four of them. So yeah, they gave us an extra. Nice of them. You got some of that post 40 body breakdown going on there too, Chris? Is that what you're feeling? I know you got a lot of other stuff going on, but that's probably the least of your worries. All right, 2 of the 4, tight. I don't know, for all intents and purposes, folks, this has been a pretty streamlined process, so kudos to them for that. That mono price that I had, I mean, it was pretty much turnkey out of the box, but if you wanted to set it up so that it wouldn't break prematurely, you had to do, I mean, you had to print out your own parts and find stuff that people had modified and made so that the heat bed wires wouldn't saw through, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the vision too, man. That one's been an issue for me for a while, but the memory, just as of late, it's been a real interesting thing to notice. All right, I reckon that's done. On to the next page. We're halfway through the book, folks. See how complicated it gets from here. Slide the rotary spool holders and all the way in. And be careful to match the colors to avoid damaging any parts. All right, so we got these bad boys here. Green. I imagine that mounts up to green, right? You can see inside there, little shaped cog. Oh, slick. Moving on to yellow. Moving on to yellow. Got a different shape cog in there. Nice. Diamond versus square. So you don't mess it up. I don't know how often I'd be getting into multiple colored builds, but it's nice to have it and not need it versus the other thing. As often as these things tend to change, you know, it's like no sooner do you get ready to do that, they don't make it or sell it anymore. Boom, that's that. Next thing is to install the lines. I don't know if I'm going to do that because I haven't quite got an idea where I want to place this just yet. All right. But it looks to be that that's essentially the build. Everything else starts to get into turning things on and hooking things up. So let's clear some space so that we can put this somewhere. And that would allow me to move on to the next thing we got planned for tonight. Let's see here. Well, I don't know where all these other screws and the like go. And it didn't mention anything about lubricant. I know it needs that. Yeah, I already closed that thing up. Weird, it didn't mention anything about the lubricant. Well, that's no good. Base, purge wipe, stand. This other extra stuff too here. Oh, that's nice. They included a little extra little foot here. Extra whatever this is. Okay. Lubricant oil, lubricant grease, and doesn't tell you what to do with it. Sorry, folks, I just don't want to do this wrong, you know what I'm saying? Invest enough money. Yeah, let's move on to the other thing we got going for the time being here. All right, stand by. I'll throw you a little intermission here while I set things up. All right, we're back, folks. So first things first, I don't know if you saw the short that I did a little while back, but Grandma sent me a little vacuum cleaner. Didn't necessarily need one, but she wanted to do it, so hey, I'm not going to stop her, right? But funny little thing, a little duck vac. Works pretty slick. Sorry if that blew out the levels there on you, but I don't know, just the appearance of it, pretty funny. So the other thing too is she's got like, I don't know, 6 or 7 vacuums of her own and shampooers and the like since my great-grandmother passed a couple years ago. So it's just, she accumulated all these vacuum cleaners. So it's just kind of ironic that she sent me this, even though I didn't need it. So that said, she also sent me a few other things, or she brought them along with her on a trip, and that's what I have over here. So we're going to do a little unbox here, see what she brought us. So let's dive into it, shall we? Mix things up a little bit. First things first, yeah, she took a trip over, so she never got around to sending it in the mail, which is fine. You know, it saves her some money because it's not cheap to get things going, right? But let's see what we got here. The mail is just ridiculous these days. All right, let's see if we can get this in the. We do the 3-cam setup. It'll be delayed, right? And with the cameras, man, I want you to see as much as possible, right? All right, let's get it. Enough screwing around. Let's see what else Grandma got us here. Nice clean cuts, hopefully. Not as slick as when I'm filming them, right? You've seen the shorts. Oh, that one didn't stick too well, did it? All right, what's this one gonna be, folks? It's not my birthday, so. All right, let's pull that back a little bit. Oh, we gotta get the full effect here. Oh, what could this be? What could this be? Are we back? Oh my lord. I don't know what's going on with the internet these days, folks. Anyway, look, that's what Grandma got us. Glorified Swiffer wet jet. Not a vacuum, but it's close. All right, hopefully the interruption there didn't throw things off too much. I've never encountered that, so anyway, that's the first one. All right, we got a duck vac. We got our Shark Swiffer wet jet, glorified. Let's move on to the next one. Put this back up here. Tentatively, that's where I want to put the printer, so it's nice to get these out of the way. All right, what's the next one here? Come on with this packing tape. My knife wasn't sharp. What could it be? What could it be? There's that one. Careful now, getting a little bit overzealous. Go through my hand. better than the table. The sharpness of that knife. All right. Ready for the reveal? You ready? What is it? A carpet shampooer. Oh, okay. Yeah. Looks like she's giving us a hint. You know what, folks? My carpets are pretty clean. All right. I got one of these myself. Not this one, but I don't know. This looks like a bargain basement model. So I got a Bissell clean spot pet hair remover deal, even though I have a pet. That said, you know what? Hey, Grandma's got to get rid of some of this stuff, I guess. So there we go. Vacuums for everybody, right? You get a vacuum. You get a vacuum. You get a Swiffer Wet Jet Pro model. Nice. All right. Well, thanks, Grandma. Appreciate it. Find something to put those to use with. I know you don't need 9 vacuums, so there we go. Well, this one breaks, right? So there we go. There's been the unboxed presents from Grandma there. That was something I had planned. Let's get this out of the way here. What else do we got? Oh, I got a little something else for you here, folks. Boom. That's right. That's right. The old Keebler truck. What's it delivering for us today here, folks? Well, let's just find out and see. Here we go. What's the reveal? Oh, very nice. Very nice. The Beetlejuice fudge stripes. Limited edition. You know what? I meant to do a review on these a while back, and I just never got around to it. So these are a little old. I don't even know if they make them anymore. Probably not. Beetlejuice been out a while, folks. Alright, there we go. I'm wondering where that came from. My dad used to work for Keebler, so there you go. Alright, let's find out what these are like, man. I've been waiting to get after these. Get some carbs in my diet. See if the knife's too dull to get through the packaging. I'll give you a review on the Beetlejuice. I'll give you a review on the Beetlejuice cooks, alright? Here we go. Ooh, oh my gosh. They didn't get through transit very well, folks. The Keebler truck, he was hitting some icy patches or something. That's alright. Hey, they still look good, right? Alright. First bite. So, oh, wait. Gotta zoom in on this a little bit more, huh? Let's get it. Let's get it. The fudge stripe dark chocolate vanilla. All right. Are we ready? Ooh, looking tasty there. Look at that detail. Look at that vanilla stripe. There we go. That's where it's at, folks. I don't know why they say dark chocolate. It's just a cocoa flavor, but very well balanced. The vanilla frosting's not too overpowering. The dark chocolate part's not too overpowering. That's a nice cookie. They need to add that to the stable permanently. Very nice. All right. I don't want to tease, man. That's been up on the shelf for a minute. So, now I got a snack. Hey, if you see him at like your cosplay. I don't know what's up with the internet, folks. It's crapping out on me. Pissing me off a little bit here. All right, should we get back to the build? Got our snacks, got our unboxes done. Let's see, we're just about done with things. So let's pack them back up here. All right, I am going to lubricate this thing to the best of my judgment because I know it needs done. Then I'll think I'll leave you there. Just post some videos of things that, oh yeah, there's something I added during the intermission. because I don't want to hook up that multi-filament deal just yet. But boom, there we go. There's the install on that. And we need a tube. Me reckons. All right, let's dive back in the instructions. See if they explain. You don't. Go figure. All right. Take that down so you can see my face, yeah? As we grease this thing. Pull it back, folks. Pull it back. All right, let's get a little bit of judgment on where we should put the lubricant. So it looks like she's riding right about here. So that's where I'm gonna put it. A little grease. I reckon the oil makes a lot of sense right there. Hopefully the internet doesn't cut out on us. I might have to zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right, maybe right here too. Don't get too sloppy with it. There's that one. All right, now the front end. Let's get it. I don't know why that wouldn't be in the instructions. I saw like a little video where somebody was kind of putting it together, and I do remember that part. A little greasy grease. One bag will do you, it looks like. Yeah, nice. Don't get too heavy-handed with the grease, right? Gum up the works. And again, you don't want to be too conservative with it either. Nice. All right. I hear it squishing. Doesn't look like it really rode on this part here. Where are you? Can you see me? Rotate it. See, it doesn't look like it rode on this too much. Oh, you know what? It's got, I might have put it in the wrong place. Although I saw like some scuffing on that, so that's my best logic. It looks like there's some bearings right alongside the side of these rails. So I want to grease the contact points, right? So if I grease the wrong areas, I'm definitely going liberal on this one. Extra sloppy. Here we go. A little white lithium on it, if I were to take a guess. Considering its color. There we go. Now I'm hearing some squishing. Cool. All right. Wipe it off on your pants. There it is. Well, it went a lot easier that time. Yeah, nice. All right, folks. I'm going to end you there, just on account of I gotta dig in and do some research, get this thing figured out. But I just want to say thanks for joining us. All the little hiccups we had and the like. Hope you enjoyed the unboxings that I did. The vacuum cleaners, the Swiffer Wet Jet, Shark Pro model, the Bargain Basement shampooer. Who knows what shenanigans I'll get up to with that. And the duck, the horsepower duck, right? Oh yeah, I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, folks, go get yourself some Beetlejuice fudge stripe vanilla, all right? If and you can find them. They probably don't make them anymore. It's a very well-balanced snack, all right, insofar as taste is concerned. But hey, you're welcome, man. Thanks for joining, Chris. It's always good to see you, man. And everybody else that joined too, hey, thanks. I don't know that we saw, who is it, Katie, number 650. Hey, hope you're enjoying your Bambu A1 and you didn't run into any issues with a lack of instructions. I'm gonna have to dig through the materials. I don't know, they must have included something else. I can't imagine they would leave you hanging in that respect. And the lubricant seems like a very important aspect to hold in there. But yeah, everything I had planned for the half-hour calibration, I already burned down, so I'm gonna get out of here. That said, like I said, hope this finds you well, and hope you enjoyed yourselves. And hey, if you want to get into 3D printing, I would stay away from the monoprice, you know, unless you just want to kind of throw your money away, and that's old tech anyway. This one's supposed to be pretty top of the line, you know, as far as that's concerned, without breaking the bank. So that was what the selling point was for me. And just let me throw this thing up here so you can get an idea of the size difference just on the build plate quality here. Or I mean, this is what I was working with originally. Severely limited by size, what I could make. All right. So, yeah, looking forward to this. Blowing things up. That's at least twice the size, folks. I don't know about heights, but yeah, I can get a general idea there from that picture. At least another 1.5 inches, 2 inches of height. So we opened ourselves up to make some much more elaborate prints, that's for sure. Trying to think, I haven't made anything too out of the ordinary, too crazy, too cool, but there is one thing I would say kind of made this worth the price of admission, and I'll show that to you here real quick. Before we go, if you like. All right. The mono price did me well with my Epiphone Studio Dock. This here's a Sheridan pickguard. All right. Typically an ES335 clone or proper would come with a differently shaped pickguard. And I liked the Sheridan. Bit of a John Lee Hooker fan myself. So yeah, somebody must have been also, and they wanted to get one. Because if you get these designed for the guitar itself, Epiphone branded, you're looking at like $200-300 from what I recall. I don't have that kind of money for a pickguard. So guess what? On one of the 3D printing websites, somebody mocked one up. That said, this is too big for the build plate on the monoprice. So what did I have to do? I had to puzzle piece this thing out. I don't know if you can see it. Can you tell? Right down through the middle here. I had to make it in 2 parts, snap it together. So, but hey, if you can't see it, nobody else really can either, right? But then I also did a more modern truss rod cover on this too. The other one was a little bit more of a old-fashioned Les Paul type, and I just like the look of this one. And then I had to inlay this Dot Studio aspect to it, and yeah, put some paint in there, sanded it down, and I got myself a little bit more custom. And I also did the pickguard cover because this thing was just very bare bones. Like it doesn't even have inlays on the fretboard to show you where you're at. I just had some tape put in there, so that needs replaced as it happens. But that said, that was worth the price of admission on this guy. So if you're in the market 3D printer, I got an affiliate link for the A1 down in the description. I mean, don't take my word for it just yet. I haven't printed anything on it, but going by the reviews, it's a good one to get. So if you want to get into that, a little bit of a hobby. Not something I ever imagined myself doing, but you know what? Once I got into it, started having a lot of fun. So in any event, like I said, hope you enjoyed yourselves, running a little long in the tooth. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your evening, or whenever this finds you. I don't know how it's going to work out with all those interruptions, but hey, hopefully people can come to this in the future and get something out of it. All right. That said, take care of yourself. We'll see you on the next one.